Hey everybody, welcome. I'm Heather, I'm the Bent Yogi, and this is your Monday motivation. This is a short hip flow, and we're going to get started today in Ragdoll, so come onto your mat and join me. Getting started in Ragdoll, you can set your feet about hips width distance apart. Hang forward, let your hands drop or rest on props if you have them handy. Or you can bring your hands to your elbows. And just start to tune into your breath. The way you begin any practice, at least for me. Tune into your breath. A big breath in. Then a big breath out. And tap into your breath, the flow of your breath, the balance of your breath. You might add in a little bit of movement here. I like to rock front to back just to feel out my foundation, feel my feet on my mat on the ground. You can move your torso around, move your head around. Stay connected with your breath. And just remember, let your movements be intentional, which is a great guideline for everything that we do. Let our movements on our mat, off our mat, let our actions, our words all be intentional. Take a big breath in and a big breath out. Go ahead and release your hands down. You can walk your feet closer together to touch. Connect into your right foot and lift your left leg. Standing leg raise. If you feel pretty loose, like you have a lot of space, you can go for the standing leg split. Let your head drop here, awakening through both legs, especially your standing leg. Low belly draws in and up. Take a big inhale. Now drop that left foot back behind you. Bring your left knee down, untuck your left toes. Kneeling lunge. Pad the left knee if you like. Hands to your right knee just to begin. Stay tapped into your breath. Tune into your breath. And if it works, interlace your fingers at your low back. Let your shoulders roll back. Let your heart lift. You might put a towel or a strap between your hands. A little bit of a hip opener, a little bit of a heart opener here. A lot of breath. A big breath in. And a long breath out. And on your inhale, reach your hands up. As you exhale, bring your hands to your mat. Step your left foot back to meet your right. Find your halfway lift, your flat back. Fold forward, exhale. Hands on your mat. This time your left foot standing. Lift your right leg up. And you can bring your hands to blocks. If you want to grab your standing ankle, play around with the balance, go for it. Active through both legs, but not pushing, not forcing, especially early in your practice. Take your time. Take a big breath in here. Now your right foot drops back behind you. Right knee comes down. Untuck the right toes. You can move your left foot a little to your left. Feel it out. So you have balance and stability. I like to bring my hands to my front knee just to check in. Really feel your foundation. Feel that you're grounded and supported here. And again, you can interlace your fingers at your low back, maybe work with a different hand variation. If you are interlacing your fingers, switch your thumbs, your fingers, so the opposite thumb on top, the non-habitual way you interlace your fingers. Not a big deal, but maybe enough of a shift to help get you out of your head. Intentionally creating some space between your thoughts. Take a big breath in. And a big breath out. On your inhale, reach your hands up. As you exhale, bring your hands to your mat. Step back to your downward facing dog. And you can add in a child's pose here if you like. Maybe a little bit of movement. Set your gaze or close your eyes. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. A deep breath in, fill up. And a big breath out, empty out. From here, walk your hands back to your feet. Hips stay high, strong core. Set your feet and rise to stand. Come up, lift up, reach up, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale. Bring your hands to your mat. Walk yourself back out to your high push-up. Nice and long. Right, shoulders track over your wrists. You can have your knees lifted or lowered. Take a big inhale. Move forward and halfway down. Low push-up, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. You can add in a cobra or a low cobra. And as you exhale, back to your downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. And a big breath out. Take another deep inhale here. And as you exhale lightly, step or jump to the front of your mat. Halfway lift, inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, rise up, lift and reach, fold forward, exhale. Halfway lift, inhale, high push up to low push up, exhale. You can step or jump back. Inhale, upward facing dog, exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your feet together and a little bit forward. Take your right leg to the sky. Bend your right knee for your down dog hip opener. Now if you want to flip your dog, you can let that foot pull you over. Like a little bit of movement in my foot, my toes, the lifted foot. Just creating connection and tension. And then take your right leg back up, roll the hip down, step your right foot to your right thumb. Again, bring your left knee down, untuck your left toe. So coming back to this kneeling lunge. Hands to your right knee. Keep your left hand at your right knee. Reach your right arm up for the sky and twist to your right. Let your right arm come back behind you. Still grounded through your right foot, letting your hips move forward and down. Soften your shoulders. And take a big inhale. And a big exhale. And as you inhale, come back to center, hands reach high. Now as you exhale, bring your hands to your mat. Come on into your half pigeon. Walk your right foot across, left leg long behind you. You can set up the variation on your back if you like. Even out your hips, maybe a little lift here, a big inhale. And as you exhale, lengthen and fold. Soften your toes. Pretty early in our practice for a half pigeon. So notice that. Notice if it feels different than when you put half pigeon at the back end of a 60 or 90 minute practice, which I do when I teach in my studio sanctuary power yoga and in my full-length classes on my Patreon. If it feels different, you can just work with it. You don't have to push or force. And maybe you add a block under your right hip or under your chest. Certainly stay tapped and tuned into your breath. A big breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. And notice if you hang out with your fingers or with your toes, a little bit of softness here. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Allowing the balance of strength and softness by tuning into your breath. Your breath is strong, it's steady, but does allow you to soften. Take another big breath in and a long breath out. Now set your hands under your shoulders. Start to come up, tuck your back toes under, lift your back knee. Take your right leg up and back for your three-legged dog. Stick in that down dog hip opener, a big inhale. And a big exhale. Take your right leg back up, roll the hip down. With your legs straight and lifted, come forward to your high push-up. You might have to hop your left foot in a little bit. Move forward and down, low push-up. Drop your right foot, upward dog. Inhale, downward dog. Exhale. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. And bring your feet together and forward now. Your left leg to the sky. Bend your left knee for your down dog hip opener. Again, the option to flip. Work with your right knee down. And maybe a little bit of movement in that lifted foot. Feel it out. Inhale. Take your left leg back up. Hip rolls down. Left foot to your left thumb. Right knee down to your mat. Untuck your right toes. Back to your kneeling lunge on this side. Hands coming to your left knee. Right hand stays on the left knee. Reach your left hand up. And twist to your left. You can slide your right hand to the outside of the left knee so you get a little bit of leverage, a little bit of support, not pushing or forcing. Soften your shoulders. Your gaze can follow the left hand, but mindful of your neck and shoulders. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. And on your inhale, come back to center, reach up. As you exhale, hands to your mat, setting up your half pigeon on this side. You might take your time. It might be that you notice the difference between a half pigeon here and at the end of a longer practice. Might be that you notice the difference between your half pigeon on this side and the other side. That's all you have to do, is notice the difference. And really, maybe it's not even noticing the difference. Maybe it's just noticing what's happening right here, right now. Feeling what you're working with. Feeling that you can work with it, whatever it is. Through intentional breath, intentional action. Right? Staying in a pose. You're not doing nothing, you're doing something. You're choosing to stay here. Take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. A big inhale. And a big exhale. And take a deep breath in. And a long breath out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Soften your fingers, your toes. Notice if you clench your jaw. Just a breath or two more here. And set your hands under your shoulders. Start to come up, tuck your back toes under, lift your right knee. Your left leg goes up and back to your three-legged dog. Add that down dog hip opener in again, just a breath or two. And take your left leg up, roll the hip down, leg straight and lifted. Come forward to your high push-up. Again, you might have to adjust a little bit here with the leg straight and lifted, low push-up. Upward dog, a big breath in. Downward dog, breath out. Take a really big inhale. And a big exhale. Another deep breath in here. And as you exhale, step or jump your feet through your hands. Come to seated, lie down. And come on into your Supta Baddha Konasana. Right, so again, a gentle hip opener here. Right, and we'll take a few breaths here, a few moments here. In Supta Baddha Konasana, in Shavasana. Shavasana and Supta Baddha Konasana. So take a big breath in. And empty out. Stay tuned into your breath. Stay in your body. And allow yourself intentionally to be in stillness for just a few moments. One more big inhale. And a big exhale. Because even here in stillness, there's a lot happening. And settle in for this. See if you can enjoy this. Take a big breath in. And a breath out. You can wiggle your fingers and toes. Draw your knees to your chest. And and make your way to seated. Hands to your heart. Set your gaze, lower your gaze, or close your eyes. And together, we'll take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for joining me for this Monday motivation. We ended this practice in Supta Baddha Konasana on our back with the soles of our feet together. And that's how I'm going to begin my special Patreon class that I'm recording next. So if you're curious about my Patreon, click the link, check it out. You get access to full-length classes for as little as $5 a month. Thanks again for joining me today. I'm Heather. I'm the Vent Yogi. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. And I'll see you soon.